All right, welcome back to another trade recap video, man. The market has been crazy recently with Daddy Trump in office. This guy is very unpredictable, bit of a madman, and the market has been moving pretty crazy, man. Like, as you can see, we dropped 2%, basically 500 points at market open, man. So I'm not gonna lie, with Trump in office, price has been a bit wild, bit sporadic. I don't know if you guys have noticed the same. But trading has been relatively tough the past couple of weeks. So we've been very careful recently, and I'm just going to quickly go over the trade I took for the day. So unfortunately, I was unable to capitalize on this huge shit. This looked okay as we inversed this 1 minute here. We had a little bit of a liquidity sweep. So for example, we took all these highs out, bang, bang, manipulation leg, inverse, and shit. However, it went against my trading rules just because we had a very obvious set of 3 equal highs above. So I'm not willing to take a short when we have such a strong liquidity pool above. So I watched this thing take a dump without me, which is always a bit sad to see, but it is what it is, man. You got to be able to sit on your hands. And then what I start doing is looking for reversal points. So I start looking for liquidity pools and lows that we can sweep on the higher time frame where we might potentially reverse. So let's take a look here. Looking at the higher time frame, I mark this low. And what you want to do is, or what I do is, I just mark up the very obvious lows, like the lows you could see standing a couple feet away from your chart. This low to me looks, This low to me looks very obvious. Great place to look for a potential reversal. You sweep this low, take these traders out, and could potentially reverse. And I marked this low up right here. So going back to the lower time frame, I have these lows marked up. This is the first obvious low, and this is the first point I will start looking for a reversal. I'm not going to randomly just hop in a trade going against the bias. I need to see a big liquidity sweep on the higher time frame, or a reaction from a higher time frame PD array. So for example, like a 1 hour fair value gap, 4 hour fair value gap, daily fair value gap. So you can't just take a random reversal. You got to wait until a very obvious target is hit. So in this case, we sweep this very obvious low, and the first trade opportunity we get is this 1 minute inverse right here. So as you can see, bang, take that obvious low, and we inverse this 1 minute. As soon as we inverse it, boom, you could take that to the upside. I did not take this simply because in the past, these are the exact plays I would get burnt on. It would just be me hopping in the very first inverse I saw without waiting for confirmation or more market structure. So knowing what I know and knowing I've been burnt on this specific play many times, I decided to sit out of it and wait for more market structure to form. So I waited on the 5, just watched for a little bit, and I noticed that we were supporting this 5 minute fair value gap. And on top of that, we were creating a little bit of LR up here, nothing too crazy. Granted, it's still there. That's a little confluence. So we're generating this trend line liquidity. We're holding this 5 minute fair value gap, holding this bullish 5 minute fair value gap. And to me, this is an indication that price may want to continue to go up, considering we swept that higher time frame low. We're now holding bullish fair value gaps, and on top of that, we have low resistance liquidity above. So I start looking at the different time frames and where I might want to enter, and this 2 minute seemed like the most obvious play to me. Again, you can see this 2 minute acting as resistance here, and finally you get the close. This 2 minute candle closes above, so I enter my long position as soon as we close. I put a stop below this specific fair value gap right here, and then I believe I targeted this first swing high just simply because price was moving a little sporadic. It was a bit of a crazy day, so I was happy with a 1 to 1.3. 1 to 1.3. Again, not a crazy play, but it was a winner, man. So we had that base hit scalp, and you could have tried to target this high here, but this high was never hit, and you would have been stopped out at break even. So I'm happy that I took profits there. And if you actually bring out the measuring tool, you can see that it's still 25 points. So it was still a 25-point trade. I believe we took it with 4 or 5 micros and made about 225, 250 on the day. So solid trade, and again, just trying to build a little bit of a buffer on that PA account. So we have the 50K PA account passed, and I believe our trailing drawdown is back at 2,500. Last week was solid. This week we've taken 2 winning trades, so we've built that trailing drawdown back up to 2,500, and we are going to start trading a full contract again. Granted, on a day like today, I still feel like I would have downsized. You always got to take the measuring tool out and see how volatile is price. Like if you look at these 1 minute candles, this little 1 minute candle here is nearly 20 points. This 1 minute candle, 52 points. Extremely volatile. So there's no reason to be trading a full contract on a 50K account in conditions like this. But in the future, we will see. I think I will most likely trade 1 full contract and hopefully run some payouts soon. So yeah, that was Thursday summed up. I think Spen took a couple trades as well. I'm not too sure what he took. Maybe I'll make a video. I don't know. But yeah, that was it. And hopefully tomorrow we will get some decent price action. So hopefully we can end the week with a green Friday. That'd be an amazing feeling. I just wanted to discuss one last thing before I log off here. I just realized that it is the end of February. It is the 28th, so I just wanted to take a look at the stats for the month on the PA account to see how I've done. And these are the official stats here. So in terms of the month, we are up 1,900 on the month. We have 2,500 in total profits, 670 in total losses. Number of trades, 39, but a lot of those trades are me scaling in with micros. So for example, I might enter a trade with 5 or 6 micros. So that would count as 6 trades. And then when you exit, that would count as 6 again. Anyway, so number of trades is a bit off. It was much less than that considering I was using a lot of micros. So I would scale in, scale in, scale in. But in my opinion, that's still 1 trade. Profitable trades 61%. So if you look right here, 61% of the trades were profitable, 2.5% break even, 36% losers. So this is really not that bad. 61% win rate. Considering when you look at the average winning trade, it is $106 compared to the average losing trade, which is $47. So that means that I have about a 1 to 2 risk to reward for this month with a 60% win rate, which is honestly pretty solid, man. I will take that all day. You can make really good money trading 1 to 2s, even with 50%. Even with the 50% win rate, you can clean up trading 1 to 2 risk to reward. So again, average winning trade about 100. But then again, you need to take into consideration that I was trading micros again. So I would trade 5, 6 micros. Each micro might have netted me 30 or 40 bucks. So this number should technically be a little higher. Same with the loser. Next month, hopefully I'm just trading a full contract. So these stats will be a little bit more clear to read. But yeah, that was February summed up right there. So decent little month, to be honest with you. I'm happy with the way I performed. $1,900 profit, nearly 4%. And listen, man, if you can do this across 4 or 5 funded accounts, this would be, you know, an $8,000, $10,000 month. So all it really takes is small wins, man. You don't need big wins. You need 20, 25 points, and you do not need to trade that often because all you need is 4 or 5 accounts working for you. For example, if you make $500 a week trading 5 micros across, I don't know, 4 accounts, you're making $2,000 a week, man. And that's great money. That is great money, and it's very attainable. So hopefully in the near future, this will be the case. I'm looking to copy trade with at least 4 or 5 accounts and hopefully start getting those bigger payouts, $10,000, $12,000, $14,000 payouts. That is the goal. So we will see. And yeah, that is February summed up. Solid month.